Good morning, America. Good morning, Gridley, California. This is Scott in a Shot and Scott the Great. Check it out, man. I'm just talking this morning about things in my mind. I'm watching the news here, and they're watching the meltdown still of the Democratic Party. You know what's crazy about that, people, is they're melting down not because they lost. They are because they lost. They're melting because hate. They just hate the Republican Party. They have disdain for us. They have disdain for us. That's what the Democratic Party has created over the last 4 years, over the last bunch of years, 10, 15 years, a culture of hate to try to shame the other side into submission, for your views and how you think about life. Isn't that crazy? They're trying to shame Scott Dempsey. I can't be shamed, but I mean, some people can. Obviously, we've been watching it over the years. I mean, people they cower with their tail between their legs because somebody calls them out on something on the Republican Party mainly. The Democrats, they don't cow down for nothing. They actually promote hate and division, and they stand by it. They stand by it proudly. I mean, the Democratic Party, I don't know what to say about it anymore. I mean, it doesn't matter what president we have on the Republican Party. If it wasn't Donald Trump, it was somebody else, they would have the same hate for them. It doesn't matter if it was Nikki Haley. It doesn't matter if it was Ron DeSantis. It does not matter. They have 100% disdain for all of us. I mean, honestly, I think they even hate themselves. I think they even hate themselves a lot because they don't realize how stupid they are. I mean, they don't realize that I'd like to think someday when they're older, they're going to look back on these videos, especially the ones that get caught on camera, and they're going to go, "Wow, wasn't I a moron?" I mean, you know what I'm saying? Wasn't I a moron? So I don't know. I mean, I'm going to start talking about other things besides everything just on the election, the political view of the election. It's like the legalization of marijuana. I never had a problem getting marijuana when I was younger. But they want to legalize it to get the black vote. The black people really need to. The Democratic Party, they really hate the black people. They say they love them, but they don't. That's why, I mean, like Kamala Harris, I'm going to legalize weed for all the brothers. Man, they just want you to be high as a kite and stay in a little bubble of being poor. If you don't, I mean, for the ones that are poor, they're moving in migrants into all these schools. And how many teachers they had to hire, or I mean, teachers that have different languages so they could teach these kids in public school. I mean, we had 180 countries coming over that border the last 4 years. So I mean, how are they getting teachers into school that speak, I mean, Russian and Nicaraguan? I mean, African. I mean, all the different languages we have in the world. I mean, so I mean, but the people that are going to suffer the most for it are the poor communities in this country. And since everything's done in the lens of political views, I mean, the black people are gonna suffer the worst because they just always do. Unfortunately, that's unfortunate. So I mean, but the Democratic Party, they just have disdain for everybody, even themselves. Like I said, they want their own people to be high as a kite. I mean, in California here, I've already talked about it before. They decriminalize everything. I mean, you can get caught with so every different drug. I mean, you can even get caught with fentanyl, and it's just a fucking traffic ticket, depending on how much you got. I mean, so, that's how I feel about that. About that. I mean, they just hate themselves, and they hate us more. I mean, they pander to everybody. It's about, it's like they hung this reparations over the black people's heads. We're gonna get you free money, we're gonna get you weed, we're gonna get you, all this free stuff. You get more, welfare forever. I mean, people in this country need to start realizing that you need to get out of that bubble you're in. For one thing, you need to get a job. It's kind of like with the healthcare for everybody, like Obama was doing, Obamacare. The problem I have with healthcare for everybody, and I think we should have that. I really do. I don't think anybody should be denied. I think everybody who works should have free medical. I mean, because it's all about the money, right? I mean, if people can't work because they're sick and don't want to go to the doctor, I mean, the government loses money. It's about the government making money, not the doctor, right? The doctor's going to get, I mean, they're making too much money, these doctors. But the problem I have with Obamacare is that they want to give it's for everybody that's not working. Because people that have good jobs have health care. A lot of them get it through their work. and all that. It's too expensive, but I mean, but everything's about us being. I mean, they're pandering to every little poor thing in the world. I mean, everything that brings us down. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Everything that brings us down. Drugs. I mean, but that's how I feel about that. I mean, that's why I don't like all these giveaways. I mean, it's not free. It's nothing's ever free. The hardworking person pays for it. Out of their taxes. I mean, so I mean, what would we do with all this money this country makes if we actually spent it wisely? Stop giving it away. If somebody wants to be poor, let him be poor. But that doesn't mean we have to pay for it. I mean, look like Obama taking the work requirements off of welfare. That means he wants you to stay exactly where you're at. He doesn't want you to get smarter. He doesn't want you getting ahead. He doesn't want you getting out of that poor little voting block that they've been relying on for so long. That special interest right there, the black people. And I mean, the black people should really, really have disdain for the Democratic Party. I mean, as a whole, because they're the ones that are getting pandered to the most. I mean, everybody's getting pandered to except the hardworking man. We get nothing except pay taxes. You know what I'm saying? The hardworking man or woman, they pay taxes. Everybody else gets a free ride. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's not right. It's just not right. I mean, in order for us to have a healthy society, we all have to work. All these problems that we're having in this country right now, I believe, because they keep these people in these blocks, these special interest blocks, and if everybody got out of that and just started, right now, if everybody in this country went and got a great job, or a job and started working, got their first job, got a better job, got the ultimate job they've been wanting, they would have no special interest in. They wouldn't have it no more. I mean, then they'd actually have to, try to get votes and things the honest way. You know what I mean? Through policy, and not policy that gives everything away for free, or gets you high, keeps you fucked up. It's like pandering to transgenders. I mean, come on. I mean, whoever thought in a society of humans that we'd let somebody try to change their sex, and before they even change their sex, let them name themselves a pronoun. I mean, now now you got people acting like they're cats and dogs, and I mean, it's so. If we took all that away, I mean, the world would be a way better place. I mean, that's obvious. I mean, but it's like our government is really trying to dumb everybody down, and half the country's buying into it, and they have disdain for everybody except for weirdness. I mean, it's all about being weird. It's like homosexuality. I do not agree with homosexuality, even though I've had gay friends throughout my life. Not a lot. I've had 3 gay friends in my 58 years. And I'm telling you right now, I could have went without them being friends, but they were friends. I mean, I never held it against them. They never came on to me or nothing. But I don't have to agree with it. I don't have to agree with their sexual preference, nor do I want to hear about it, honestly. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm not a kid no more. I mean, you might want to hear about your kids' your friends' sexual preferences when you're in high school and all that. She's hot, she's not, whatever. But I mean, nor do I care to hear about it. You know what I mean? What kind of adult would want to hear about somebody else? Would care about somebody else's sexual woes? I mean, adult or child. I mean, honestly, I mean, that's the problem about the whole world today, and especially this country. They're trying to shove everything down our throat. They want us to comply. When it comes to personal issues and things that don't have nothing to do with the government, they still want to. They're trying to invade our private life now and want us to fucking obey. That's what they want. They want us to obey them. You know what I mean? They want us to believe everything they say without any kind of dissension. You know what I mean? Without any dissension on it at all. They don't want any kind of debate on it. They just want it to be their word, and that's the way it is. It's really a crazy world we came into nowadays. I don't understand it. I mean, yeah, but Trump's going to reshape this government, I hope, and we'll see what happens. You got these cities now wanting to fight. The ICE agents coming in LA. I mean, California. I live in California. It's going to be horrible here. But you know what? This is what I got to say to the ICE agents or anybody that ever sees this podcast. When you clock off the clock, you can go tell Donald Trump where all these people are. I mean, when you're not at work, you're not at work. You can say whatever the fuck you want. You know what I'm saying? I would never work for any place they can't do that. They can't make you not say something about something when you're on your off time. So I hope these police officers in the state and the ICE agents in California, I hope they understand that. And well, behind the scenes, they're going to go, hey, man, I know where a bunch are over here. I want these illegal immigrants out of here. I want them all out of here. I want every man, woman, and child out of here. I mean, and they always bring it back to, well, but what about the kids? You know what? I'm tired of kids being held over my head. I don't care about it no more. I care about American children. I don't have the luxury to worry about the whole world and every little woe they have. And I mean, just like I don't in this country either. I don't have the luxury to want, or would want that luxury to sit there and listen to everybody's little whiny shit. You know what I mean, man, we grew up in a world that was so much better, but nowadays, man, I wouldn't want to be a kid nowadays. I don't see them having any fun. I don't see nobody having a good time. Not like we did. I mean, a good time for them. Yeah, I went on a date last night. Hey, I'm doing you. You feel it? Does that feel good? I mean, I don't get it. I just don't get it. I mean, and I don't talk shit, people. You'll never see me sitting around with a cell phone in my hand, playing around on a phone. I mean, to me, I got a computer at my house. If I want to get them, like I'm doing right now. I mean, they got us so dumbed out that you got kids not even understanding what fun is anymore. I mean, isn't that weird? I mean, we used to cruise town, cruise the strip. I mean, before they outlawed it, I guess. Well, they outlawed it. I mean, I used to hit 4 or 5 parties a night. I mean, this is in high school. I mean, it was all fun. We had fun, a little bit of drinking, a little bit of smoking weed. I mean, but then you go to school after Sunday night and go to school on Monday and get your grades and then wait for the next weekend. I'm from the class of 84. My class had 84 kegers in a row out at the sand dunes when I was growing up and when I was a senior. It was pretty fun. It was pretty cool. You go out there every Saturday night and there's a keger. It's like right on. Everybody's having fun. Everybody's having a good time. Now kids don't even have fun anymore that I see. Well, some do. Not all of them. Some do. But yeah, it's crazy what I keep seeing on TV anymore. It's a weird world we live in. I never seen it so weird. It's always been weird, but it's stepped up a notch in weirdness. I mean, especially in America. I mean, I think we got so much time on our hands, and America has so much better than everybody else. Everybody just, well, I haven't taken this retard pill yet. Let me pop a retard pill and become retarded. They have so much. I mean, it's so easy here for us, I guess. I mean, I don't know. It is for the people that aren't working. But all this crazy stuff that's going on, the pandering, I mean, I just don't understand it, people. I just don't. I mean, this love for people that are transgender, I don't get it. I have no love for them at all. I think they're fucking mental cases. You got people trying to dress up like an animal now. I mean, I'm a cat. You call me by a cat pronoun. I mean, well, you stop it. I mean, everybody went and took a stupid pill. I mean, like a retarded pill. You can't say retarded anymore. It's mentally challenged. I mean, it's kind of like went from a homo to gay to homo to all the different, all these different names for homosexuals now. I mean, they don't even hardly ever use the word homosexual anymore. That's why I have a problem with the same-sex marriage. That same-sex marriage thing, it opened up a Pandora's box. That's where all this weird stuff is coming from. Here's what's up. Everybody's always recognized that there's been gay people in the world, but when they legalize them to get married, that kind of is their way of saying you have to accept it. Not that I just don't have to think about it and leave it alone. They want you to actually say, I accept this. They want us to cow down and say, okay, I accept the gayness. I mean, well, that's how I look at it. I don't accept it. I mean, especially when it comes to two men. Now, women can worry about the women. I find two men being together as disgusting gets. Honestly, I can't think of anything more disgusting than two men tonguing on each other and getting down. I mean, to me, I can't even think about it. It's like, don't even think about it. It's like that's how disgusting I think two men being together are. And I don't know what's wrong or that, or just trying to get a sex change. I mean, it's weird, I mean, yeah, I don't get it. It's kind of like a transgender. A girl tries to become a boy. She tries to become one, starts dressing like one and all that, and she's still with the girl. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you know what I'm trying to say. I mean, a homosexual is a homosexual, and that's what these transgenders are. They're gay, and they want it to be. It's not good enough for them, I guess. It's kind of like you see these. I'm not gonna. It's kind of like two lesbian girls getting together, and the one's wearing a strap on. I mean, well, I thought you didn't like dick. I mean, what is it with that? What's up with that? I mean, I'm just talking. I mean, I know it's kind of nasty, but what's up with that? I mean, I go find a real dick. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, so I just don't get none of this world anymore. I think everybody's being weird. I mean, so like I said, the Twilight Zone, man. I mean, it's right here in my own backyard, man. I mean, I wake up every day and turn on the news. I'm like, do 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 do. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, but I do believe that the half this country is against the other half, and it's never going to. I think what they've done to this country, the Democrats, is irreversible, really. Until we get the teachers out of the schools that are promoting this onto our children. I mean, that's how they're changing the fabric, people. It's through our kids. I mean, these kids are off now. They're not the same. Some of them are, but a lot of them were swayed into thinking that all this stuff is cool, that it's okay. It's like being woke. What does that even mean? What does being woke mean? Does that mean I mean, because what I see, they didn't get woke. They became unwoke. We became woke. The Republican Party, we're awake now. We're awake now. We better stay awake. I mean, they got dumbed out. They didn't get woke. They got unwoke. But we got woke from watching their stupidity and trying to them to push it on us. I mean, so we're tired of it. We're tired of it. I'm tired of it. I know all the Republicans are independents. They're tired of it. Now, can we change the minds of a Democrat? Very few. These people, whether they're young or old, are fucking weird. They're the ones that never had a good life, I think, or something. I don't know. What makes somebody think that all this weird stuff is cool? I don't know. I don't want to know. I mean, to me, it's just so simple. It's all common sense. What happens when most of society loses their common sense? I'll tell you what's going to happen. We're going to fall. This country is going to fall way sooner than the Roman Empire, way sooner than the English Empire, way sooner than the Egyptian Empire. This country is going to fail quickly, I think. I mean, if we keep allowing this to happen, especially in our schools, people, kids used to be off limits. They're not off limits anymore. All of our children have a bullseye on their back now for every freak to come and try to influence them under the disguise of they're in school. It's okay. It's okay. Well, I hope Donald Trump finds these teachers that participated in these kids getting these transgender surgeries and these meds behind and these hormone blockers behind their back, and I hope he imprisons them all. I mean, I'm serious. They need to be imprisoned. I mean, and these teachers that are talking all this woke, crazy, whatever the fuck that means in school, when the kids can't even get out of school with basic knowledge, basic history knowledge, basic math, basic English. I mean, what are we going to... Like I said, kids used to be off limits. They're not off limits no more. They're the biggest target out there. It's hard to change an adult's mind on things. So what are they going to... So what do they do? They went to our children, and they don't have to change their minds. They're going to mold their mind into some little freak that hates this country, that hates anybody that thinks any differently than them. They're not teaching them to respect the other side. They're teaching them to hate the other side, and anybody who doesn't think like you is the enemy. What kind of sick society lets that kind of stuff happen? Now, I'm telling you, people, if we don't stop it, we're to blame. The kids aren't to blame. We're to blame. I mean, we have to stop this craziness in our schools. I mean, I can't say it enough about what's going on in these schools. Is so wrong. I mean, these teachers are stepping way out of their bounds. It's being allowed to happen by the principals, by the counselors. It's all being overseen by the Democratic Party. Why would they want to dumb us down like this? You got to ask yourself that. Why would they want everybody being against each other and being dumb? I've talked about it before. I think our government would like nothing better than to declare martial law and to change our government into one power rule. That's what the Democrats want. They say that's what the Republicans want, but no, that's what they want. Everything that they point their finger saying that the Republicans are doing, they're doing themselves. They've been caught doing it. How many Democratic pundits and senators and congressmen have been busted over the last 10 years, especially over the last 5 years, for being corrupt? 3 times, 5 times more. I don't know, a lot more than any Republican. These people are freaks. And I don't want to hear about Donald Trump. I mean, that Stormy Daniels shit. You know what? They had sex. He paid her off to shut her mouth, and she took it. I don't see how that's illegal. I don't see how that matters to anybody except those two. I mean, and all the other stuff is all bullshit too. I mean, Biden gets caught with documents at his house, in his garage, all fucked up, but Donald Trump has some at his, so he's in trouble. I mean, it's such a double standard that it's man, it just makes you want to pop somebody. You know what I mean? It just makes you want to just grab them and just, what are you? I mean, the double standard that they show on a daily basis is crazy. I mean, there's nothing you can say to these people to make them understand that they're weird. There's nothing you can say to them. These people are weird at the core. I mean, but in this new generation, oh my Lord, Donald Trump needs to end the Department of Education. It needs to be done, and give them back to the states. No more get the federal government out of schools because they're failing. They are failing. Our kids are failing on a level that, God, you go over to China, Japan, other countries, and these kids are actually smart. I mean, they're actually intelligent. Well, what's going to happen when all these adults that are trying to dumb down these kids are gone? Well, we got a bunch of adults that are really dumb. That means we're going to have a whole society of adults that are dumber than they are right now. You know, that's scary. Then you got these dumb people. I mean, what are they going to do? Push the nuke button because somebody's not a transgender? They don't agree with it? Oh, that country doesn't agree with it. Boom, push it. I mean, that's the stupidity that we're trying to get, that the Democrats are trying to get to, I think. I mean, if you don't agree with transgenderism, if you don't agree with all this weird stuff going on, then we'll just push a button. I mean, that's what I think is going to happen. That's my opinion. I mean, because what's going to happen when everybody's dumb? You know? When common sense is no more at all, when everybody loses their sense of common sense, I think it's over. Game over for America. You know, you got other countries that aren't pandering to this stupid shit because I mean, that's the truth. I mean, we're not South America. South America is always going to be a third world continent. I mean, so we can't worry about them. We got to worry about the countries that matter. Iran doesn't even matter. We got to worry about China. Russia ain't nothing. I mean, they have nukes, but that's the scary part about nukes, people. Here we are. We're worried about Russia doing a nuke over in Ukraine, but we're letting Iran just continue going on with that nuclear program. I mean, I hope Donald Trump drops a big old eat a dick bomb right in the middle of Tehran. I mean, I don't care about the Tehran people. I don't care about them. I don't care how many of them die. Why would you? They're the enemy, not just their government. I mean, I hate when people get on TV and they go, "Well, it's not the people." Bullshit. When every decade goes by and they have the same type of government, and then these are new people coming up in government, just like everybody else in every other country. I mean, every generation is the same. I think we ought to just put a big old fuck you bomb in the middle of Tehran and take out their nukes and everything and not worry about it. Man, people, we're worried about too many things that don't matter to us. We need to worry about Americans, America and Americans, not any illegal alien, not these other countries that, you know, that are nothing. We need to take them out. If you were a threat to this country, if you go on TV like these other countries, like some of these other countries do, and they talk the shit they talk about us, and boom, that's threatening us. Don't threaten the big dog on the block. They're doing it because we allow them to do it. I mean, all these problems that we have in the world, I really think are really, to me, they're simple. Just lay down the boot. Put the hammer down. Boom, it's done. No more of this, no more of that. And that's not communism, people. That's common sense. Not everything is freedom. You know what I'm saying? Not everything's freedom. And if people think about it, everything as being in the eyes of freedom or being slaves, then that's all we'll ever have. We're talking common sense issues here. We're not talking about people going into people's houses. And I mean, we're talking about laws that make sense. You know, dealing with countries in a manner to where they're trying to deal with us. Iran wants to kill us. Well, let's kill them. You know, North Korea, they want to kill us. Let's kill them. I mean, let's stop trying to. We're never going to be friends with these people. I mean, just look at the history books. We're never going to be on the same page as some of these other countries. And the only reason why we still have problems with them is because we allow them to do what they're doing. We've allowed Hamas and Hezbollah to metastasize into these military organizations that are a threat to the whole Middle East and our allies, especially Israel. Man, I love the country of Israel. They are our number one ally as far as I'm concerned, even more than England. They're going to be with us unconditionally. I mean, to the end. England, they got a bunch of weird stuff going on in England all the time too. I don't know if you've noticed that. I mean, we need to realize that these other countries need to be dealt with in the same manner that they want to deal with us in. And they want, I mean, if they're on news, if they're on TV, if they're at the UN smacking on us like they do, we need to just call them out on it. Well, let's get down then. Let's get down. We don't even have. I'm not trying to lose American lives here, but sometimes they will be lost. But we have such a mighty Navy and Air Force that we can make so many countries bow down to us that not for the purpose of having our thumb over them, for the purpose of them not fucking with us no more. I'm not trying to say let's bring them into it. I just want them to shut the fuck up. Mind your own business and stay in your own borders and leave us alone. But if you get on TV and you sit there saying death to America, well then you wouldn't want me to be president on that, because that's a direct threat. And a direct threat to me is a direct threat. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at it as such. I mean, especially when it comes to a power that has weapons. I mean, a country that has weapons and soon to have nukes. I mean, how are we going to combat Iran when they get nuclear weapons? I mean, how's that going to happen? How's that going to happen? I mean, I think we can knock them all down, but but we need to just take them out. Let's take out these countries that are fucking with us. Let's take out Hamas. Let's let Israel take out Hamas and Hezbollah. And let's get the Houthis out of there. I mean, God, the Houthis these are all one-day campaigns, people. These are all one-day campaigns if we really wanted to get it done. I mean, all these precision strikes to save civilian populations. Well, how's that working for us? It doesn't kill the enemy because, World War II stopped because enough lives. Japan went, enough. They lost a lot of people. Germany, enough. I mean, that's just common sense. I don't want war, but if people want it, then we got to end it. We got to go there and just end it. Take care of it. And all these problems that we have are just so simple. I mean, all this debate about the Bible and all that. I don't read the Bible, but I believe in God. I don't want to read the Bible. To me, it's a boring book. I mean, even though it's about God, I mean, I get it, but I do believe in God. I believe in Jesus. I believe Jesus died for my sins. But I mean, I don't want to read the Bible, but I mean, we just have to get back to God. We need to get back to common sense. I mean, we can't pander to every little block of people that are weird. It's like this transgender thing. What is it? 1% of the country, 2% of 2% of 100%. I mean, that's like such a little. I mean, why are we pandering to them? Go be a freak and figure it out on your own. We're not going to pass no special laws for you. We're not going to give you any kind of special treatment. I mean, we're not going to put tampons in boys' bathrooms. We're not going to put a rubber machine in the girls' restroom. I mean, even though they might need them in there. I'm just saying. The guy's the one that's supposed to have that rubber in his back pocket, not a girl. It's a girl that's supposed to have that tampon in her purse, not a guy. I mean, everybody's being fucking weird. I mean, it's weird. It's weird, you know what I'm saying? So I just hope everybody puts their common sense hat on someday and tries to figure this shit out. I mean, because it's all real. The world is simple to figure out, people. It's not a complicated world. What complicates it is all these little things that we're fucking pandering to, and trying to come to terms with. I mean, I don't agree with this. So just drop it. I mean, we're trying to bring things into society that's never been into society before, like transgenderism. I mean, that's my biggest issue, people. Is schools and transgenderism. I mean, and homelessness. There's homelessness, man. That's what the democratic policies have gotten us. I mean, are you listening to me? The homelessness that's going on in this country is epidemic. It's epidemic levels. I mean, I'm telling you, come to California and drive down certain streets. You're going to see it everywhere. But 20, 30 miles, 30 miles long. There's a road over by Sacramento. It's 20 miles, 30 miles long, and nothing but homeless encampments. I mean, that's a real nice thing for your family to see when you're going on a drive or going out town to go do some shopping. I mean, then you get to that town and there's 2 or 3 panhandlers in front of every store. I mean, they're in the middle of the street with signs, in the middle of a busy highway with signs on a little curb this big. I mean, standing there. But if you hit that guy in your car, you're going to go to jail. I mean, I've seen cops just drive right by these people in the middle of a busy boulevard, and they don't even tell them to get out of the street. I mean, that's how bad it is here in California. I mean, it's really nuts here. I mean, so that's what I got to say about that crap. I mean, everything's just weird anymore. So this is Scott just talking. I'm going to let you guys go now. This is Scott in the Shot, Scott the Great, and have a good day.